A mom vlogger named Stephanie shares with her followers that her best friend Emily is missing. She breaks down in tears as she recalls how they first met. A few days earlier, Stephanie had picked up her son, Miles, from school. There, she met his best friend's mom, Emily. The kids were eager for a playdate, so Emily invited them over to her house. Once inside, Stephanie notices a nude painting of Emily on the wall. Emily explains it was done by a creepy artist who got too obsessed with her, so she ended up taking the painting for herself. The two of them share some martinis while chatting. Emily opens up about her husband, who used to be a well-known author but hasn't written anything in 10 years. Now, she's the one handling all their expenses. Stephanie shares her own story too. She's a widow. Her husband died in a car crash, and her brother was with him when it happened. Not long after, Emily's husband, Sean, comes home and gets affectionate with his wife, making Stephanie feel awkward. After Sean leaves, Emily admits they're nearly broke and she's having a hard time finding a reliable nanny. Stephanie offers to help by picking up Emily's son after school. One day at the park, Stephanie takes a quick photo of Emily for the school yearbook. Emily gets upset and demands she delete it. Stephanie apologizes, and Emily invites her out for drinks. After several glasses of martini, they decide to trade secrets. Emily goes first. She confesses that she and her husband have been intimate with another woman. Then it's Stephanie's turn. She says it began after her dad died. A guy named Chris showed up, and it turned out he was her half-brother. While mourning their father, the two grew too close and ended up having a relationship. Emily is shocked and starts joking around about it. Another day, Emily asks Stephanie if she could pick up her son because Sean is in London and she'll be tied up with work. Stephanie gladly agrees. Stephanie begins helping with the school pickup, but gets concerned when Emily stops replying to her messages. She calls Emily's office and finds out she's actually in Miami. The next night, Sean shows up to get his son. Stephanie suggests calling the police since Emily's been missing for several days. The police come and ask about Emily's background. Sean tells them she's an only child and her parents passed away when she was still young. After the officers leave, Sean says Emily can be hard to deal with and very secretive. Stephanie remembers how angry Emily got when she tried to take her photo. Stephanie keeps her followers posted and promises to do everything she can to help find Emily. One day, she visits Emily's office to look for answers, but no one knows where Emily is. Stephanie sneaks into her friend's office, and while checking the room, she finds a photo of Emily hidden beneath the glass table. Stephanie uses the photo she found to make a missing person poster and helps Sean search for his wife. That evening, she prepares dinner for him, and Sean thanks her for all the support she's given. The next day, Emily's body is discovered floating in a lake. Sean confirms it's her by recognizing the tattoo on her arm and the ring on her finger. At the funeral, Stephanie stands beside Sean. Later, she comforts him with a hug. Things get heated between them, and they end up kissing, which leads to them sleeping together. Not long after, a detective visits with the autopsy report. Emily had serious liver damage from heavy drinking, and traces of illegal substances were found in her system, something Stephanie finds hard to believe. The detective also mentions that Sean took out a $4 million life insurance policy on Emily shortly before she went missing. Still, Stephanie doesn't dwell on it. During dinner, Nicky tells them he saw his mom at school. Sean explains that he's just upset and imagining things, but the boy insists he really saw her and says she even asked him to say hello to Stephanie. Later, Sean asks Stephanie to move in with him. She worries about what others might think, but Sean isn't bothered. After some convincing, Stephanie agrees. She begins packing up Emily's things and sells her own home so she can live with Sean. But when she starts placing her clothes in the closet, she's shocked to see all of Emily's dresses back inside. The sight leaves her frightened, thinking Emily might be haunting her. The following day, while driving the kids, Nicky tells Stephanie that his mom wants to give her something. Stephanie is so surprised, she almost crashes the car. When she opens the package, there's a photo with a cruel message mocking her for her past with her half-brother. Right after, her phone rings. It's Emily calling. Terrified, she ends the call and tells Sean, but he thinks she's imagining things. Stephanie remembers another moment she shared with Emily. Her husband had always suspected something was going on between her and her half-brother. He once asked if Miles was really his son. When his wife hesitated to answer, he got furious. He invited the half-brother on a drive and purposely crashed the car, killing them both. Later, Stephanie looks at the painting again and notices the artist's name is Diana. She tracks her down in the city. Diana tells her that she gave everything to Emily, but Emily ran off with all her money. When Stephanie asks if she knows anything about Emily's past, the only thing Diana can give is an old jacket from a Bible camp. Stephanie visits the camp, where she finds an old yearbook. In it, she sees two teenage girls named Hope and Faith McLandon. She also learns that the McLandon family is wealthy and had donated a lot to the camp. She heads to the McLandon estate, pretending to be a cleaning lady. While there, she sees that one of the houses had been burned down. Stephanie meets Margaret, the mother of the twins, and it's clear she holds resentment toward her daughters. Margaret says they were the ones who set the fire that killed their father. Stephanie finds out that Emily's real name is Hope, and she has an identical twin named Faith, who went to rehab for drug issues. On her new vlog episode, Stephanie shares what she's learned about her best friend's childhood. Somewhere, Emily, very much alive, watches the video. Stephanie hasn't yet said anything about the twin, but hints that she's ready to reveal everything, which clearly angers Emily. While Sean is having lunch, Emily suddenly shows up. He asks why she faked her death, and she answers, it was for the insurance money. She also knows about his relationship with Stephanie. As she points a gun at him, Emily demands to know if he loves her best friend. Terrified, Sean says Stephanie means nothing to him. When Sean returns home, he is met by an insurance investigator, who was contacted by Stephanie. She explains about the twin and suggests that the woman found in the lake might not have been Emily. The agent says this could put their entire insurance claim in danger. One day, Stephanie visits Emily's grave and brings 2 martinis. Emily shows up, and they share a drink. Emily opens up about their father. He was abusive, and the twins set the house on fire to get away from him. Since the police were after 2 blonde twins for arson, they had to part ways. Before they split up, they got identical tattoos as a farewell. Emily hadn't heard from her sister until recently, so she made up the story about going to Miami in order to meet her. Faith, now looking sick and frail from substance abuse, threatens Emily. She says she'll tell the authorities what happened to their father unless she's given $1 million. Emily promises she'll find the money. Faith invites her to swim, but once in the lake, Emily drowns her sister and moves her own ring onto Faith's finger. But Emily tells a different version to Stephanie. She claims Faith took her own life. She also lies that Sean knew everything and it was his idea to use Faith's body to claim the insurance money. Stephanie is doubtful. Then Emily plays an audio recording of Sean saying he doesn't love Stephanie and only used her for pleasure. Hearing this, Stephanie is deeply hurt and furious. Emily is then seen throwing a wrench, hitting herself in the face. She goes to the police and claims Sean hurt her and forced her to fake her death so he could cash in on the insurance. Sean is arrested but later gets released on bail. When he gets back home, Emily is already waiting. Soon after, Stephanie arrives, armed and angry. She's furious that Sean lied to her. After a heated argument, she shoots him. Emily starts crying and says she was the one who killed her sister. But then, she laughs, realizing it was all a setup. Emily reveals that she discovered their hidden microphones and has already turned them off. She pulls out a gun and says she's going to stage a double murder. Once Sean is dead, she'll get the money at last. She fires at Sean, and just as she's about to shoot Stephanie, Stephanie reveals they're live streaming everything. A hidden spy camera is sewn into one of her buttons. Emily panics and runs. As she aims at Stephanie again, a car suddenly crashes into her. It's one of Stephanie's viewers who saw the live stream, and the police are with him. Stephanie watches with relief as her former best friend is taken away. 6 months later, Stephanie celebrates reaching 1 million subscribers. She now includes unsolved mystery content on her vlog. Emily is sentenced to 20 years in prison for the deaths of her father and twin sister, and for the shooting of her ex-husband, all caught on camera.